Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM20. It's Champions. We're on episode number 39. We're approaching the final climb of stage 16, but before that, we've got a pretty hefty little hill that we're just about to hit. We're onto that now. And then we go over the top of this, descend, and then we begin the final climb itself. So it's stage 16 now. Now, in terms of what happened in between the last episode and this episode, stage 15 was a sprint stage. Group grabbed second on that one and currently sits second place in the points classification. And it looks like we might just miss out on that potentially. The winner of that stage is the current leader of the points classification overall, which is Nizzolo. Nizzolo won the stage, Groot took second, and it extended that lead by a further 5 points, which is really close, just 9 points separating them, but Groot has not won a stage since, what was that, stage 2? Alright, here we go, 21 kilometers to go, and we need to set ourselves up for the climb to come. We're going to switch this up a little bit too. I want to make sure like Wolverine and Ant-Man stay close to Hulk. And then we'll let Gamora and Doctor Strange push that a little bit harder. We've got some nice race day conditions other than Hulk, who's got a -1. They were expected to have a +1 today, so unfortunate on them. But as a team, the net was actually neutral, and even like a point above, or 2 points above what was neutral today. So, large breakaway, 22 riders, and okay, so Iron Man with a puncture. That's not good. They have recovered. They're still in the peloton, but very much at the back of it now. So that's not going to help them too much. 83 left in the peloton. There are definitely some riders that are going backwards, but not a ton. And then those 22 on the front. That gap was almost 6 minutes, and we did have to commit Groot a few times to helping bring that back, but other teams were just interested enough to keep it in check. Deadpool already done. Iron Man is now just about recovered, but done. Groot's done. So, yep, fatigue's starting to set in, and there's still 13.5K to go. We've covered actually a good distance already. That's further along than I really had thought we were at that point. Down to 59 riders. And the gap has not changed much, and those 22 haven't even dropped anyone. That's amazing that we have literally dropped 2/3 of the peloton and only gained about 10 seconds on the breakaway, and somehow the breakaway still has all 22. Do the math. Doesn't make sense. Okay, Groot's also done. So those 3 all set to auto, and then, hey, look at that. Our 5 riders are all here. Hooray. Let's do this. Maintain and protect. And then drop you off as well. And we'll go a little bit longer before we bother with trying to sprint train style this one. This is the mountaintop finish. Attack is on.
And there's an attack at the front
From contenders. Okay, now it's sprint train style, because I've already missed the attack because I did not expect it at this time. So we are going to follow. I want to follow Doctor Strange today with that +3. Oh, maybe not. Gamora's still really strong. Wolverine, sure. Yeah, man, sure. Look at that. Nice race day conditions with one exception, one obvious exception. And that could hurt our chances today. See, Hulk is not looking significantly stronger than his teammates. Don't need to pull these guys back immediately. Tornado, there's Alaphilippe. Attack did not work for him. And now we're starting to pull in those breakaway riders, but you still have 3 left on the attack. And Ant-Man's done. Hershey also pushing things a bit. 8K to go and not a lot of energy, so no, we do not want to pull this back too fast. We're going to go slower and slower with each rider. Just to inch our way back up there. Peloton's down to 23, plus the 3 off the front. We've got to watch out for. But at 7.5K to go, we have got to try to conserve. In fact, Hindley's trying to attack. Carapaz is trying to attack, so we're going so slow that that's that. We have brought it back together, though. And as we get to the front, we're going to sit up. Pogacar again on the attack.
There are just 5 kilometers left.
Let's let Hindley do the chasing this time, who caught up to us and took over the presumption of that chase. Doctor Strange is... Wow. Seriously? Okay, auto, gel, and it's just Hulk left. Just Hulk left. We gotta try to bridge that gap. That's the main leaders going away.
Falling behind.
Okay, it's back together. Okay, gel, 4.5K to go, and we've barely got anything left. Gamora, Doctor Strange are still here. No. No! Foss is going on the attack. We are recovering, though. We are recovering. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That was unexpected. Come on, Hulk. Drifting backwards, but again, playing this thing like the challenging stage that you can clearly see that we are having. Okay, Foss is right there. Hello. Heading for the finish. Breakaway is going to claim the win. They extended the gap. I don't know how they did that. Well, there's how they did that. Hamilton and Trade, Paulus. We get dropped 500 meters from the finish. Dang. Mr. 74 resistance, just not enough. Foss, Pogacar, Hindley, Hulk, and then a bunch of strong climbers from the break. Incredibly strong group. We lose a little bit of time today. That's going to hurt our chances. Like I was saying previously, not feeling like we're a favorite at all. I'm just hoping to get a podium. Realistically, we're not there. This is not quite a dominant GC contender in Hulk. They can climb well, yes, but that's their only attribute. Their time trialing is tolerable. Their resistance is tolerable. Their recovery is great. They're growing into it. Next year, they'll be fantastic. If they level up again between now and the Vuelta, maybe they could contend for the Vuelta, depending on what attributes they pick up. But Hulk's not quite there. It's not a rider that I favor too strongly. And really have not had any luck with the race day condition over the course of this race. They're probably a net -8, -9, just Hulk. That was 50 seconds in the last 500 meters that Foss gained. 50 seconds in 500 meters. Down to third. Pogacar up to second. Not in a terrible place, but at 2 minutes down, the gap just opened quite a bit to Foss. So we're on stage 17, and this is a tricky one because we have a pretty hefty, not terribly steep climb here. It's 5%, but it's 27.7K, so it's going to do a lot of damage. And then there isn't a great amount of opportunity to recover from that before you then go into a final climb, which is definitely more steep, but still not a terrible climb. Tricky day to predict. We're at 60K to go right now, so most of the rest of this stage is climbing, and that's going to do some serious damage. 22 in the break. They have a 4.5 minute gap. Peloton's already down to 127, even though we've only just started this final, or penultimate climb, that is, down to 92 now, so we're definitely feeling it. This is about survival through here, and You can see that some of these riders certainly are not going to be doing that survival bit. Deadpool group, for example, are not going to last much longer. 55 riders and counting, so it's getting pretty small. And only a single rider's been dropped off the front. But their pace is definitely not what ours is. That was a 5-minute gap. It's now under 3. The worst of the climbing is nearly behind us, but that second leg of the climb is actually the steepest section, so I think that's going to do some damage through there. Groot, Deadpool out the back. And they're really out the back. I mean, you can see those that are getting dropped are dropping off pretty quick. Gamora, -2 today. Hulk, I did not see a email about this. It must have just been today. Feeling ill, but does have a +3 at least, so he does finally have a decent race day condition. And just that one rider was dropped. We've pulled back half the time that they had, though. Slight recovery through here, so that's helping. Yeah, man, still protecting. Let's get you here, and you... Do we want to protect Gamora today? I don't know if we do. 79. That's a 77. Okay, who's trying to attack here? Do we want to respond to that? It's Carapaz. Oh yeah, with that kind of time, we kind of have to. Kind of getting forced into this one. Alright, Iron Man. Keep this thing in check, because they can gain a ton of time the way this is set. This is the hardest bit, so it's okay if he goes away and wastes some energy for now, as long as we just keep him close.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
What's going on, you guys? How is it that they never got into position? Did I miss something? Some leaders just kind of going for it here, and I think we're going to have to also just go for it. And because I think Carapaz is way up the road. And we're down to 14, and our entire team has been dropped. For a moment, we had just 6 riders there. Have we pulled back Carapaz? No, Carapaz is still up the road.
They're heading downhill, so they've got to make sure to keep warm and make no mistakes.
Let's Mothers take over. That group all split up. They're all over the place, but 2 minutes behind. Alright, the group we are in has made contact with some of the breakaway riders, but excuse me, no Carapaz yet. So Carapaz still up the road. And it's almost 3 minutes to our chasing teammates. Deadpool, that's gonna hurt. That could knock him out of the race. Crashing that far back down the road. Elisande, De La Cruz, there's Carapaz, and then the remnants of the break. Got a group of 17 involved in the chase.
To the finish line.
Oh, there he is. There he is. It's coming back. It's coming back. Just 17 seconds now to Carapaz. Pogacar burying himself to do that chasing. But that looks like an attack happening. Yes, it is. We'll follow the leader. Another
There's
attack.
now just 10 kilometers left. A small group of riders are trying to get clear of the bunch.
Let's follow Landa. thought you were following Landa. We're still technically following Landa. There we go. Okay, there are 3 riders up the road. Gatcher is one of them, I think. Yates and Vlasov. Yeah, that's dangerous. Foss not chasing terribly well right now. 8.8k to go. I would love to attack, but that does not look... We don't look like we can handle much of an attack. 8k is a lot of distance with that kind of energy. But they are riding off into the sunset right now.
Low on gas definitely won't be able to keep up.
7k to go. Let's see what happens if we attack. Who can go with us? Can anybody go with us? Nobody can go with us. So now we can just ride off at our own pace. Carapaz has. Oh, that's Yates. Oh, that used up all that energy already? That wasn't even 1 kilometer. Dang, Hulk.
5 kilometers remaining.
I should have just sat in with the group.
It could be decisive.
What kind of pace can you climb with an 85 mountain? And apparently 0 resistance, really? 81? Burned through that much yellow bar in 1k? We only attacked for a second. We just tried to ride tempo. But there's Vlasov coming back at him. Pogacar still up there, though. And we are opening gaps behind as we get off the main road onto the gravel road towards the end of this. We're just climbing faster than other riders because we are better climbing, even though we have no energy. But not fast enough because we just don't have the energy. Andrade takes the stage win here on 17. Formolo, Pogacar way up the road. Hamilton, we set Yates up for that one, but he'll gain a few seconds is all. Oh, Foss came back at us, really? So we don't even gain on Foss. Jeez. He came right through at the end. Ninth on the stage for Hulk, but some of those are breakaway riders, not contenders. Vlasov was still ahead of us. Yates took a little time right at the finish line. Pogacar definitely gained some time today. And then where it looked like we were going to pick up time on Foss, Foss right in the final 50 meters just came out of nowhere and caught us. And then Carapaz, Carthy. That could be the podium slipping away. I think we might be in about 4th place at the moment, I would think.
Now for the race highlights.
Oof, that was 28 seconds in that last 100 meters. It's a lot of time. Adfast still third. Okay. Pogacar moves into the race lead. Foss second. Hulk now third. 2:11, or still third at 2:11. And then Yates, 3:23. Carthy, 3:29. Vlasov at 3:38. Carapaz might be a little too far back at 4:47 at this point. And then definitely Martinez on down are too far back. But difficult race. Really difficult race. We're not getting great support. A lot of riders aggressive, attacking from way out. I would love to be one of those, but we've been marked pretty much every time. And then every time we seem to make any sort of gains, it doesn't end up turning out that way. It's been a bit of a rough one. Couple of climbing stages left to go, 1 punchy stage left to go, and 1 sprint left to go. So 2 stages left to focus on. And I think that means this is a good time to call this a short episode. We'll get those 2 climbing stages out of the way in the next one as we wrap up our first ever Grand Tour. Maybe with a podium, maybe just a top 5. It's been a tough one so far. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.